Hey, how is it going? Welcome back to looking through price action, looking at key levels, and then also having an agenda in mind, meaning that we're looking at key areas on the chart for maybe it's moving averages, maybe it's support and resistance, patterns, something that we want to break down for the day. So in this video here, really the purpose is I want to show you kind of how to read the bigger time frame, not 1 hour, 4 hour, really, because we're looking at the 15-minute when we take a trade. And really the trend is your friend till the end. And let's go ahead and dig into price action. And it's just the snapshot of really what is happened in the last couple days compared to really where we're just at and where we zoom in most of the time when we're looking at live price action. And how do we really understand when a trend is near the end, when it's starting to shift, or when we're in the movement that we want to see? So let's dig into that, and let me point out how you look at the 1 hour and the 4 hour. Really, we're going to look at the 1 hour on most of this, and really how you spot where are we creating higher highs and higher lows. Do we have the potential for the breakdown? And then, of course, we use Kabroda's levels in order to enter, and how you can look at those levels and make sound decisions when you want to take a short or a long in the price action. So let's go ahead and jump into the charts here and start playing around. So you can see there's a lot going on. I'm sitting on the 1 hour. We have a lot of these green lines here and some purple lines here. Those are our break down and breakout triggers. So this is what we typically want to see happen. And you might be able to see this very clearly, but this is actually different levels for the breakout for the different days since on Sunday. So you have Sunday right through here, then you have Wednesday, Monday, and then Tuesday. And every day this snap locks in the last 24 hours and it puts your triggers on the map. What's really crazy is right here, and the reason why I want to just point these out, because this is Wednesday right now that we're looking at this. You can see all this is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday are all sitting right here in this pocket. And then you have the 30-minute low down here, or 30-minute breakout down here for today's price action, because we're on Wednesday that I'm showing you this video. This is Wednesday's price action for this time frame, just to kind of give you an idea. So if you want to go back and look at this price action as you're watching this video, this is actually May 13th is the date when I'm looking at this price action. And I'm going to go back and really look at Sunday and move forward into the Wednesday and really show you how we could have looked at this 1 hour to know what the bigger time frames are showing us. So when you're looking at taking a trade, why the other days were rough is really with these triggers. So we know, like I said, there's a lot going on here. I could take a lot of it off and show you, but I'm going to leave it on here actually. And it's not, the reason why I'm going to leave it on here is just because I want to go ahead and remove this because it's less noise, but I'm going to leave this all on here because I want you to see how it interacts during the different days as we go through this examples and how you can see it running into Kabroda's levels. There's a lot of mathematical equations that are ran into the levels in the last 24 hours, fixed range volume profile that's being looked at, the volume on the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and then your weekly as well. There's a lot going on in here, and that's why I want to show you the strength of the system of Kabroda. So let's go ahead and start digging into this 1 hour and what we need to see, or what you'd be looking for if you were saying, are we going up or down, talking about those trends, right? So let's go ahead and jump into the Sunday here. So this is Saturday into Sunday, and Sunday's going sideways. And right now, basically, I'm just going to use the Monday line that marked this because it's already calling it out. This is a hard strength right now. So price action starts to push. That's good. As long as if you want to stay in an uptrend, then you cannot come and take out this lower level. So everywhere right through here can't be taken out. So this could come up and trade, and you did get the close here, but what we didn't like is how this wicked down. See how this wicked through this area? That was scary. The one thing is that you kind of have to look past this because it's on a Sunday night. It's weekly candle close. There's a lot happening. Right after a close, whack, it took off and then made this crazy run up. Everybody got excited, but it came down very quickly. And again, you can see, well, this should have held. It didn't. It wicked through again. So this already smashed through the bottom of the originally what should have been held as support, and it already chopped away at it. So this was already telling me that this was kind of making a lower low. And what I needed to see on this run back up for Monday, if Monday was truly going to tell us this isn't going to play out, meaning that this is the lower low, we're shifting direction possibly because we're already losing that support of the original up run. If I go back further, they were starting to lose this. This needed to clear out of this area right here when this ran up, and it didn't. It stalled. It couldn't even get up there. So it couldn't even like wick through this area. You can see this area up here that's marked. It couldn't even wick up there. So that was the first. So you had the first. This is the second sign that you want to see, right? So you kind of made that. You already started the lower low trend off of the last low. So that started. And it doesn't mean you can trade it. It's telling you what's happening. So you're watching that trend. Well, the trend is dead. So the uptrend is over with. Now you're in a sideways trend, and you have confirmation 1. There's 2. And then this is Monday, though, of running up. This is why a lot of people get frustrated, because if you look at this little line, right, or this little words, you can't really see very well probably because it's so small, but it says Monday breakout, BO for breakout. That was right here that this tried to break out. Well, it just barely went up. And if I mark this all out, really it was a target 1. And if you were in this trade, you happen to just take it blindly and get in the trade, which it did show you the opportunity, and it did give you that trade. Actually, if you go and look, it just didn't go very far, and that would have been like, I'm going to take all the profit off. And anyways, you started to break down. If this was truly going to hold, you see people kind of drawing these type of patterns in here, right? Oh, it's going to do this, and then it's going to do this. There's nothing wrong with pattern trading if you have designated areas where support and resistance is. Well, right here, this is the resistance that we were looking for. So this was a solid line in the sand. This one already ran up and made a solid line up here on all this chicken scratch I threw all over the charts, right? Let me clean it up here. So you can see this was a solid area it pushed down here, then it came up and it made the top, which was fine. Then it actually started to break down. And this needed to, like I said, break up here, and it didn't. So, because we already had this confirmation down here that it was breaking the trend of the up already, and then it couldn't get above. So now you had that was your first higher high. That was the second point of strength. Then this broke down. So this whole trend line that people try to draw on here got X'd really right through here, and then of course it broke down. Well, really, what I wanted to see is break through this bottom area. Now you could have taken this was on Tuesday. And it did break down, so you could have taken a short here, and there's nothing wrong with it. The one thing is, though, it still hadn't given you a full confirmation, so that's what you needed to see. Was you needed to see a close below. You didn't get the close below, you got the strong wick. That's why this was a little bit of weird price action to read. And you could say, well, that's the start, and there's 2, and then here's now 3, and it already had pretty much confirmed to you at that point. So you're like, okay, well, if we fail today on this trend, well, here's your trend line. I just drew it. These 2 points of contact can be solid, so I can use them. I would expect this to come up, and it needed to get through this area. So if you're just making simple, just drawing some lines on the chart, right? This right here was coming up. It already showed strength, and it climbed through the area of support. And right here is the area of support. It climbed through area of support. It's exciting. But then it started to stall. It stalled at kind of one of the worst areas. You're getting up in this area. Then it regened and fired again early in the morning. Well, this should have came through, like I said, and started to show strength here. If you were going to continue this upwards behavior trend and really break out of this area, ultimately through these zones up here. But it didn't, right? It failed. So that was so you're like, okay, well, what do I do? Well, this is today's levels. And you're like, well, I already tried to trade this. It didn't work out. Well, that's because I already was pointing this out. So I'm pointing all this out. It already broke this trend right here. This was the area that it needed to stay above, and it broke through it. So that already did the red flag. Then it started to run up, and it's like, okay, well, cool, run up. Now take this area out. If you can't take this area out, now I have a lower high. So now you have 1. There's your second confirmation. Here's your third confirmation. So now you're already in your 4th confirmation. this was a hard restall, and it definitely said, hey, we're in a bearish trend. Go ahead and trade it. So if we jump in now into the 15-minute and we really look at today's price action, here is your breakdown area right down here. So you might be saying, well, you lost all this. You circled this way up here. You could have traded this. You could have, but this is why we use our levels. This is why I brought up the Kabroda's levels to you, because it gave us the trade right here as it broke down and it back tested. So technically, this is typically what you'll see in a back test is right. It's perfect system, really. And then it broke down. And you might be looking at like, where could this go down to? Well, I will say you got to be careful when you're in a bigger trend. Right now, the bigger uptrend, or the bigger trend right now is bullish. It's definitely, wants to go up. And what I'm doing is I'm marking out my breakouts for today, my breakout triggers. So you have your Wednesday right here. Like I said, I could clean up some of this. I'm set up an indicator that I can track the different days giving the different triggers. But what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and pick my template. And what I want to do is find my zones is way mine is set up for different things. So find my zones is trying to find what's going to happen in that range. But my target extensions is what I like to use. And this actually gives me different extensions that we could have. I do have another setting that I've showed you guys in the past. I'm going to flip to that one as well. These are my actual fib levels. You can see target 1, here's target 2 that we had marked up. And you can see that it definitely broke through target 1. This would have been a good place to take 70% profit if you wanted to let some run and see if it goes down lower, because this could definitely get down in this area. Now I will say, let's go ahead and go back out to that 1 hour to see really where this is going to go. And this is why you want to look at your higher time frames, because we were talking about this, giving you the 1, 2, 3, it's confirming as this goes. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at really where your flag is sitting on this. So your flagging is right here. You're going to use this as your support because this was the area that this needed to hold to show your trend had changed. And you can see it broke right here, right? Came back, it did push through, then it broke back down. So if we were going to build where can this go? Well, let's go ahead and mark it. This was the top, and then here is that support area of the bottom, which I'm pointing back here. That's what we're looking for. And I'm going to go ahead and drag this out and mark it out with the breakdown area. So let's make sure this is perfectly straight. There it is. And then we can mark that out. And then let's go down and take a look. Where did it actually go? And when it's stalled around. So it hit target. Target was right here. It hit target. This was target 1. Everything was calling for this. Now, today's levels is what I measured for target 2, but really when you're trying to dig this down and get down to really where is this going to go, and you're trying to mark it out with an actual pull, right? That's why everything I just showed you on how to look at when you're creating a higher high or a higher low, where's the trend, where's the direction that it's going to go. If we're going to be drawing trend lines on the charts and really say, hey, where can things lay out? That's kind of why I was showing you the 1 hour and really uptrend right now. If we just went back, right, it fell down, this made a higher high or a higher low, higher low, higher low. Oops, it actually broke down through the original higher low. So now it changed direction. It's shifting direction. Then it ran up and made a higher high. Gotta be careful. Look, this is where you gotta be careful around different time zones, because this is abnormal behavior. If you were just chunking charts along and everything just kind of moving as they want, and it was very robotic, it'd be easy to trade. This is where different things come into play. There's a lot of different variables that come in. Weekly candle close, you're going into Sunday night, moving into Monday morning. Those are all weird price action can happen. That's why people don't trade these levels, because you get knocked out. It's hard you want consistency. That's why I started to market and say, okay, well, I'm sitting and waiting. And what needed to happen? Well, this was a higher high. Now this is a higher low. Then we made the lower low again. We confirmed that this was the breakdown. We got the confirmation. Then we're saying, okay, if I'm going to take a short, when this comes back up, it better not come up and take out this area. Now you had another higher low. There's your full confirmation. And then you took advantage of the trade. And then you used, if you wanted to just say I took advantage of the trade when it broke this original line, you could have entered. Now that's up to you on how you want to trade. That's just a standard trade that I just brought out here. You could have marked this and taken advantage of this trade. Ultimately, you could have taken when it broke this area. Your stop would have been up on this top here. And yeah, you could have looked at running it to this pole right here, which would have been a lot better. So you really, when you're looking at this now, when the system sets up that we use within Kabroda, this was actually a full confirmation. You already had the confirmation back here to get in. And if somebody was trading at that cycle, like I was talking about, the Kabroda was giving you the strong saying, okay, if we take out this area, this is a good trade. You can see how it broke through and back tested it right here, because this just took out this lower low that it already created. And we went ahead and got the move. And this was the full run of the bigger pattern up here, the bear flag, right? So that is about it, guys. Like and subscribe, hang out with us. This is what we always do. We like to teach, develop, and show you how to read price action. Like I said, we have bots that we use. We have systems that we have in place. Everything that you see on my charts is there for a reason. That's what we're all about. That's what Kabroda does, and we call it our Kabroda levels and our Kabroda system. So I'll go ahead and leave you guys with that. Hopefully just showing you price action. You could have traded exactly what I just showed you. You don't have to have any of the levels that we use within Kabroda. You don't need the breakout triggers or the daily support and resistances that we build. You could have analyzed this price action on the 1 hour and take advantage of it as it played out. Just like I showed you. So now you might be saying, hey, well, what do I need to see happen now? Right now, it needs to come and take out this last high. Well, it's already starting to build change of direction for you already. I will say the 4 hour, if you're going to go and analyze that one right now, it has still stayed bullish the whole time. Your 1 hour right now is bearish. So remember, those are your middle zones on the high time frames and the low time frames. If they flips both of them, then a lot of times the bigger time frames will start to move in the bearish direction too, or they're going to have a lot harder time pulling everybody and stay in the direction that the bigger time frames are in, which are bullish right now, actually. So more than likely, I do not see the 1 hour really sitting down here much longer. It has hit some pretty good resistance already. That 78.5 is definitely a hard line in the sand, and you can see the way price action interacted today is really strong. Now this isn't done yet. This could print down and start to build a bottom down here at the target 2, but we'll go ahead and watch it. Right now the trend is still bearish till it breaks that and changes the cycle that we just went through on how it went through on Sunday to today. So all right, guys, we'll see you in the next video. Take care, talk to you soon, see ya.